Hey guys, it's Angie Bell with My Fairy Treasures. How's everyone doing out there? Hey, I just wanted to share with you guys a challenge I've been working on. Chronicscrapper, she did an altered record or CD challenge, so I thought that'd be a really fun challenge to do. So I guess the only thing that she had, the two requirements she had was it had to either be an altered record or an altered CD. And I did an altered record, and she wanted to have a colored or stamped image. So I have both of those. So anyway, I thought I'd take you guys through it and see it, and also give you guys a close up, give you a little bit further view back so that you can see the whole piece. Right now you're just seeing a part of it. And I called my piece a garden fantasy. Okay, so excuse my camera a little bit. I'm going to move it. I'm also going to bring this back a little bit so you can just get a better view of the entire project. I really am happy with how this turned out. I think it's really pretty. It's really dreamy. I have a garden. I love gardening. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and come in, put my camera down here. I'm going to move forward a little bit, and so excuse the shakiness there. I just want to get a little closer, and so we can start going through it piece by piece. Okay, so what I have here up at the top is flowers that and all the flowers in the whole piece I made. Most of the stuff in here I made, so I'll let you know when we get to those, but not almost all the flowers I did make. So these flowers here, these are made out of computer paper. Isn't that cool? And this is made out of notebook paper, and I will at the bottom put the site where I learned how to make these type of roses. I think they're really gorgeous. And then I sprayed them with my homemade light baby pink spray, which is just acrylic paint and water, and a little eyeshadow glimmer to give it a little glimmer mist. And then as you can see through my whole project, Faith Chick, she's the one who taught me about taking paint and sand and texturizing. So I did that. I texturized the whole project. Everything has that texture, and it gives it a very old world dreamy effect, I think. I really like it, so I'm starting to do that to all my projects. Next thing, you can barely read exactly what it says here because as you layer, you start covering things up, but that adds to the beauty of everything. So anyway, right here, this says create, and I got that at Michael's. And I got to be careful because my piece here will fall. So let me just resituate that, make sure it doesn't fall. Okay. So this right here says create, and like I said, the C is being covered up by the butterflies, which I made those too. Okay, on the create little sign here that I got at Joann's, I first painted it white. Did I paint it white? I'm trying to think what I did. Oh, I first primered it. Then I painted it white, and then I painted it pink, and then I put crackle over it, and then I rubbed some Tim Holtz Distress Stain on it. I went crazy on this, and I kept just doing things, and I don't know. The layers made it turn out really cool, I think, though. So then after I crackled it with Tim Holtz Crackle, then I used his distressed inks on it. Then I stamped. As you can see, like it looks like it's a letter. A written letter to somebody. I stamped that on there, and then I stamped on music notes. And you'll see throughout the thing I've used like someone wrote maybe a song or wrote a letter. And let's say they wrote a song because this is done on a record. And also the music notes because that relates back to that this was an altered record. Okay, next thing, let's go to, let me come in a little closer. Sorry about the, see this little cute thing here? It's real small, but I love it. This right here, let's see if I can point it, yeah, get this out of the way. See that little piece? It's like a little scroll. I make them. You just take little pieces of paper, roll them up, and tie a little piece of ribbon or lace around it. This is a paper clip right here. Let's see if I can get a little closer in. There we go. That's way better. Okay, now you can see that little scroll a little better too. This is a paper clip right here that I put some texture on and then tied a little ribbon, which is then attached to this little angel or a little fairy here. And the little fairy, as you can see here, I textured her also. There's her wings right there, so you can see that I think it's an angel. And there's the wings. I attached a little key right there. Another thing I want to show you guys, I'm going to back up just a little bit. See the papers that I lined everything with? This is, oh, the hand got really close there. Let's go back a little bit. There we go. The papers here are just layered and layered and layered. I would take 3 or 4 papers and layer them together. And also, again, Faith Chick, she taught me to layer the papers together, like, let's say by 4 by 4 rectangular squares, and sew them all together. So you can see the little stitches, see? And that just adds a really old world appearance. Then also I've taken them, I've distressed them a little bit. I used some Tim Holtz inks, as you can see, so everything looks really old and aged. I layered in between, I layered a doily in between there also. So underneath there is all papers that I've distressed. I've sewn together, make sure they always have those little stitches in them. I've layered them with doilies like I did here. Again, I stamped this with a little bit of, with my little music note stamp. Again, like I did on the dream sign. Let's go over to here. And see these right here? Let me just lift up a little bit. These 3 butterflies, I made these. And again, I will try to make sure that I put a link to where I learned how to make those. Those are brown paper bags, you guys. It's really awesome. You take brown paper bags and Elmer's glue, and you burn the glue. And then the glue turns black. And then the butterflies kind of, as you can see, they look like they're going to fly because when you burn them, the wings kind of fold in a little bit. So they look like they're in flight. And then you can just use gold rub and buff on them or whatever colors you want to do for your project. So I'll try to put a link at the bottom for that too. So I should be writing these links down to make sure that I make sure that I include them at the bottom. Okay, I'm just writing this down now so that I remember to give credit to those who did that. Okay, other thing, or the next thing, come back a little bit so you can see. This is another flower I made, which I absolutely love, and this is Jenny 644. I learned how to make that flower, and I will try to put her at the bottom also. Jenny 644. And those are just gorgeous. Aren't those beautiful, you guys? And they're super easy to make. I made, of course, a stick pin to match in the shabby chic colors that I used. Now, this is another flower I made, and I'm going to definitely give you the link to this flower. These are fabulous. I love these flowers. In fact, I'm going to show you. I went crazy because you can use all your scrap paper, leftover papers to make these flowers. So you guys check these out. Are these fabulous? And these are all made out of just scrap paper that I had laying around. You can use magazines. You can use whatever. Here's another one. And that middle part's a magazine piece. And I just want to show you one more. I think it turned out really fun. And these are addicting to do. Just addicting. You just keep going. So anyway, but for this project, I specifically went ahead and cut up all my good scrapbook paper, not just scraps, because I wanted to be certain colors for my project. But then I also took my... oh, what is that called that makes everything shiny? Let me just look right here. Oh, of course, everybody knows. Here it is, glossy accents. I glossy accented all my flowers. So all the flowers that you're going to see are glossy accented, textured with the white paint and sand mixture, and also I would put some, I don't know why I can't think of the name of everything, of course, stickles, okay? So just know that when I talk about these flowers, I've done that to every flower. Again, I made the flowers here, the pink, and the and this one here that's kind of like a vanilla color, and those are made out of computer paper again. And then let's go. I need to back up a little bit. Hopefully, I can back up. We can start seeing the bottom. There we go. Okay. So I made all the flowers, we came all the way down to here. Then, see this right here? That's a fence. It's a fence I got at Joann's. I am going to get a little closer to that fence, you guys, so excuse me, but I'm going to come in close to that fence down there. There we go. Okay, so with this fence, again, I did the same thing with the creative sign up there. I used some gesso, white gesso, then I painted it pink, and then I crackle painted over that, And then I used a cursive writing stamp to make it look like it's like maybe like a song being written on the fence. And then again, music notes. And then I took a cameo that I've ordered recently, and I aged it out and put my, oh, what is it? Rub and Buff, of course. Rub and Buff that. Put some texture paint on there. You know, these paint and sand mixture. Now, you guys, I'm obsessed. See these little books right here? Let me see. They're all right here. These are little books. I made these little books. And I think I learned how to make them from Chronicscrapper, who I'm doing this challenge for. Yeah, and of course she'll be at the bottom of here. I'm pretty sure she's the one who's showing me how to make these little books. I am putting these little books in every project that I do. And I thought it was cute because I textured those. I put the little music notes on those that could relate to the project. Another piece I think is kind of neat is I found these little metal pieces right here, the same place that I got the cameo. See the little metal pieces? It really adds to that gate, fancies it up a little bit. I think that's really cool. And I will write down where I got all the metal pieces too. In fact, I'm taking notes as I go along so that I tell you guys where I get some of these things from, or really where I get the ideas for these flowers. It can save you a ton of money, and it's so fun, and you can customize everything for your project. So it just goes perfectly. Again, let me show you. There's another flower I made. Just gorgeous. This is like that scrapbook, like any of the scrapbook paper you have going on. Anything, you can make those. Again, that's the computer paper. That's the scrapbook paper technique again, of just scrap paper. That's the computer paper again. And there's another one of those real pretty flowers that I learned from Jennings 644. Let's go up. In fact, you know what? Oh, I want to show you guys these. These are some Scrabble pieces. Love. I went and researched those Scrabble pieces out at a garage sale. And I have a bunch now. And I textured those. Okay, I'm going to come up just a little bit, so excuse the camera. I just want to show you guys one other thing. If I can get in there, I'm going to come... Can you see that domino piece right there? It's hard to see it. There it is. You guys can see the domino piece. It's kind of in the flowers, and I textured that too. It's kind of fun. Right, sorry about the moving around. I just wanted to show you guys that. Okay, and then I'm trying to see what else. Oh, in the middle, the clock. Let's just move in a little closer. There's the clock. I'll show you guys the back of this, how it's a record and how I put the clock piece on there. So it is a working clock, you guys, but I put so much stuff into this project that the clock can't turn. So it's not a working clock now, but at least it looks like a clock. So I put that clock center in there. And I'll show you guys that on the back so you can guys see that it's a record and actually it is a working clock. If I wouldn't have, you know, decorated too much. Okay, the last thing I want to show you guys on the project is these. I have a chain, and let me hold my project or it will fall. Okay, it's a chain, and it has all of these little trinkets on it. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop my video and make a part 2, and then we'll go through, oops, sorry guys, we'll go through all the little trinkets on the chain, and we'll go ahead and look at the back so you guys can see the back is a record, okay? So I'm going to stop it, and I will see you guys in a minute.